Yeah, this is Stile Teckel, owner of Caveloo.com. I'm going to get a proper video of these done later, but I'm impatient to just show them off a little bit until I get more time to do the proper viewing. So I just got a new order of bows in from my maker. Um, and he's, once again, every time I have picked up an order of bows from him, something new or better or whatever it is, it's an improvement. And yeah, look at that red and black. So what we have here is we have, I'll just go straight to the one I know everyone's like, what's that? This is the Mongolian version 2. And I'm going to come down here, and as you can see, we have added, well, I had nothing to do with it. He added cams. Look at that. Okay. That is just fantastic. These are a little bit pricier than the Mongolian ones were. The Mongolian ones we were selling for $65. We're going to be selling the Mongolian version 2.0 for $85. With that said, we're probably not gonna be doing the Mongolian version 1 anymore. If someone really wanted it, we could do it, but this is like 5 times the bow that the Mongolian was. I mean, it just, you can feel the energy in this bow. It doesn't add poundage to it. It makes it for a smoother, nicer draw. Those cams relieve a little bit of that weight when you have the full draw on. So I mean, it's fantastic. Also, everything else is nice too. Even though there are typical bows, we have 4 of the elf bows here. I really like this twine wrap. We got some of the orc bows. And then we have some of the it's the apocalypse. I only had a half hour to make a bows, and then of course 3 of the version 2 Mongolians. I'm going to try to prop this camera up, and so you can see the draw on this thing. No, I didn't put on my special robe. I don't even know if this video's zoomed, squared, framed right. I just set the phone there and I'm hoping. No, I didn't put this robe on special. It's just my house robe. I actually call this my going on the front porch to put mail out robe. It's, light and comfy, but it doesn't hold up real well. So I gotta be careful here that, I don't expose myself. Then I'll have to R-rate it and, women beating at the door. It gets ugly. So, and here it is. I'm going to do a draw on this, and like I said, I'm going to make a better video later, hopefully, down in my studio. But this is just a quick cell phone vid. So, and as you see it, look at that as it draws. They just come down, just like the traditional Mongolian bow, man. Both sides bend real nice. This is a nice smooth draw. Of course, I'm not drawing properly and all that right now because I'm just grabbing stuff and pulling. But, I'm going to get the all traditional about it and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, it's a nice draw. And, I mean, you feel like, so, harder, lessens just a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot. Because keep in mind, these are just PVC bows. I mean, these aren't, multi-pulley cam systems like on today's bows. But it's nice. It adds some energy. It feels, it's a nice, strong pull that just feels really, really good without adding a lot of poundage. I actually haven't taken a poundage on this yet. I'll do that when I do the more proper video. I'll do that on video and everything. But in the meantime, yeah, so there it is. That's the version 2 Mongolian bow. PVC bow, $85 may seem high. And sure, that's why we have these for $25. And then I don't quote me. I got to look at my price list. I think the orcs are 30 or 35, and the elves are like 50. And it's not arbitrary pricing. It's based on the labor and what it takes to make the different shapes and the materials for the different links. And of course, I don't have one here, have the English longbows. I don't have one in this batch because I still have several of those left. That's one of the few bows I didn't sell out of, luckily, because my poor maker's really been having to make bows. But you know, yeah, I have fiberglass bows that you know, professional made fiberglass, machined, you know, all that good stuff for $65. That is literally about the cheapest bow I can sell. That's the starting entry price. So a little less than this, but it's also flat. Doesn't have all this going on. Doesn't have these nice cams. Doesn't have that appearance. Has a really, really fantastic, beautiful appearance, but very different. It's about a 24, 25 pound draw weight, whereas this is hitting more 30-ish. Keeping under that 32 pounds that most of the LARP groups like, but yet taking it more up so that in addition to a nice prop and a LARP bow, you also have a good entry level target bow, you know, for entry level target practice and that sort of thing. Actually, my wife's talking about having me teach her how to shoot on one of these, except she's, you know, more interested in like the York bow because she's short. Or, you know, maybe a short PVC. What's great about these PVCs too is you can get one of these at 25, and then you can put any type of finish that you want on it. Plastidip goes on these really, really well. I've been doing some experimentation. Plastidip goes on this really, really well. I was really impressed, and that was without sanding it to put, you know, a good finish on it. As long as, you know, you got to start out real slow with your Plastidip. Get you some little sprays on there, let that dry, and then another one that's going to adhere to that one and build up. You get it holds it really well, and Plastidip came out really nice. I don't know how long that will hold up, but it was a nice finish. I've also used some of the rock finishes. If you've seen those, some of the spray paint companies, I think I used a Krylon. I told people Velspar, but then I went back and looked at my purchase histories and realized that it was actually, I'm pretty sure, no, it wasn't, it was Rust-Oleum. Well, maybe it was Krylon. Okay, I used one of the rock finishes. There's two brands that have them. One's much more expensive than the other one. I used the less expensive brand. And then what I did is I clear coated it really, 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 really heavy so that it was nice and smooth. Held that on there real well. Had all that bondage so that that wouldn't, you know, flake off real easy. Worked real well. Again, not sure how well it's going to hold up over time, but I was pretty impressed with it. You could do regular spray paints, really anything you want. I had a partial can of silver glitter spray I was gonna do. Didn't do that one. I have a can, it was clogged up. So I have a can of gold glitter spray that I'll try at some point, but really I only do finishes on these myself when they get scratched. Sometimes in transport when we'll get knocked over, fall over, it'll get dug into the ground and out it gets PVC. So you get some dirt on that and really push it in there and get a scratch. It's in there pretty good. So at that point I'll clean these with bleach, wipe them up real nice, and I have all these different spray paints and brands, types, and so forth from different crafts projects over the years that I'm trying some of these different things on. So you can definitely put your own finishes on them. Of course, we have these, I love, you know, I wouldn't have thought a red would have looked so good, but this red is fantastic. I mean, that is beautiful. So that's it. I'm gonna sign off for now. And again, I will be doing another video. Well, you know what? I'll probably just skip it. So I didn't do it in my studio. Didn't have cool clothes on. I just, you know, flimsy robe and so forth. But I think I kind of covered everything. I don't see any point in doing another video. So those are your LARP bows. Good entry level target practice bows. And I learned how to shoot on a, you know, a bare laminated bow that my dad brought back from Okinawa before I was born, when he had been stationed over there, maybe slightly after I was born. And I tell you what, this right here would have been just as good to learn on. It really would have. Of course, you might want to consider some bracers or some type of archery guard over here for your wrist. If you shoot without it, it's going to hurt a lot. You do it long enough, often enough, you'll build up, you know, calloused skin, and it won't be a big deal, but you're going to go through a long, long time of pain. And again, same thing for your fingers. You might want to consider some, you know, finger protection. I do sell that kind of stuff at the conventions. I do online also, but I don't have it all up at the moment, so it's one of those projects I'm trying to get all those things on. But yep, and the strings on these are paracord, so if you ever did buy one from us and you lost it, it's really inexpensive to replace the string. But so that's primarily going over all the bows, but yeah, the Mongolian version 2.0, just blown away by my maker. Every time it gets better. Can't wait to see what he has next time.